Alright guys, so Fula coming to you with another video. Shout out to the whole LDBC. Um, so, you know, as I get done with my what we call wazifa, um, if you don't know what wazifa is, just go ahead and look it up. I'm not about to explain about it. Um, anyhow, you know, I was just thinking about some things, and just like putting the pieces of the puzzle together, wondering why things are the way they are in certain instances. And, you know, I just had to, the Most High, God asked us to reflect, He asked us to reflect on His signs. He asked us to, think, use discernment. Actually, He wants us to, how should we say it, be aware. He wants us to be fully, what's a good word to use? He wants us to be fully locked in with our capabilities, meaning our mental capabilities, our physical capabilities, and of course our spiritual capabilities. He wants us to be, as they say, tapped in completely. That's what He wants. He doesn't want us to be, how should I put it, as they say, deaf, dumb, and blind. But this is something that I was thinking about, though, because the masters of the African avatars, in which I adhere to, may God have mercy on all of them and illuminate their graves. They said that man has two big weaknesses, or basically man has two things in which will basically dictate how that man is going to be, will basically dictate that man's actions, will basically dictate, how he basically carries himself, how he basically moves. And those two things are your appetite, meaning your appetite for food, right? And then your appetite for sex. And if these things are controlled, they will lead to all kinds of evil. They will lead to every single kind of evil. Now that one really looks back and thinks about it, that it will lead to every type of evil possible. And so let's take the case of Natureboy. Natureboy even said himself in one of his live videos, I only eat and have sex if I'm not doing videos. That's what he said. He said, if I'm not live on Instagram, I just eat and have sex. Now, here's the problem with that. Number one, if your stomach is filled and if you're a glutton, right? If you are a glutton as he is, the spiritual African sages have said, if you're a glutton, you're going to be more inclined to sin. You're going to be more inclined to laziness. You're going to be inclined to all those things that are not really going to really benefit you. Let me try to pull up a text and even see like the disadvantages of being a glutton and just eating your fill. And the sad thing about how he does it is the simple fact that he starves out his other members in order to do it. I mean, we know now from, shout outs to Gran, from her receipts that he will even take food from people there who buy their own food, who go to the market and get their own food. He will take it from them, and that's crazy, and because they're so afraid of him, they just let him do it. And I mean, this is unbelievable to me. But anyhow, there's something else I want to talk about. The sex part. Now, we know for a fact that he cannot control what is in between his legs. The reason we know this is because, number one, this is the first and foremost. Number one, if you're a man and you sleep with another man and you do sexual fetishes with a man and you let a man do sexual fetishes on you, then you definitely have no control of your sexual organs at all. Like you basically are, anything goes with you. Number two, sometimes the spiritual masters, sometimes the real masters, I'm talking about the masters who are self-realized beings, they will abstain from sex for a little while, They will like go on breaks of having sex, This guy, that's non-existent with him. I mean, that dude, even after women were pregnant, he still wanted to have sex and receive sexual favors from them. So how can you call him a master teacher and he can't even control his own desires? And just how he talks about sex, he's not in control. That this dude has no control of his sexual organs whatsoever. And now it's also came out that he actually had sex with the woman who died there. I think her name was Mama Dia or something. It came out that he actually slept with her. So what I'm saying is that, unfortunately, this is sad to say, but, it's a known fact that he has given women diseases, sexually transmitted diseases. I'm sorry to say it, that maybe like, she was given a sexually transmitted disease, and along with her current condition, that kind of fast forward did her demise. I don't want to think like that, but I'm just saying it can, that can be basically the case, so that's the one thing about it, yeah, man. I was just really meditating on the simple fact that, if you don't control, and this is a reminder to me too, if you don't control your appetite and you don't control like your sexual organs, then you'll do anything. You'll do absolutely anything, even if it means no shame. Like, I mean, let's be honest. Let's even look at it from a, like let's take out the spiritual, moral case of it. I mean, when you really think about it, in society and just in general, what do like men want to make money for? Let's just be real. Let's just be real. I mean, yes, we want stability. Yes, we want, you know, those kind of things. But at the end of the day, there's a woman in the back of our head that we want to make this money for. Or there's women or women that are in the back of the head that we want to make money for. And what do we want to do with those women? Have sex with them, you know. So this is why I'm saying that if it's not controlled, man, it can just lead to crazy things. Another thing, why do we want money for too? For fame. You know, deep inside of us, some of us want to be seen. Some of us want to be, you know, heard. Some of us want to be bigger than life figures, you know. And with that comes, you know, things come with it. And those things include basically, I want to say, you know, women. But again, if your stomach is not controlled, then it's going to lead to a lot of bad things, as you see with this guy. You know, he has no control over his eating habits at all. I mean, that's why I don't tune into his lives, but when someone reposts his lives or something like that, that's why, what you gonna call it? That's why, like, in all of his lives, he's always eating. He's always eating. Like, I mean, like, I would say, like, 99% of the time he's eating. And as far as the sexual desire is concerned, I mean, it has now came out too that he wanted from a former member. It has came out that he wanted all the women for himself. That he wanted to leave the guys without the dudes who were already there with no women, and that he just wanted to have all the women for himself. So with that being said, the sexual desire is not controlled at all, you know. And another thing we must look at, how you know that because he has no control over his appetite and no control over his sexual organs. Look at who he's trying to bring over there right now. He is trying to just bring over vulnerable young women who, you know, are still like not even adults, basically. I mean, mentally they have not developed into mature adults, you know. That's the thing. That, I mean, because let's be honest, when you're like 20, in your 20s and stuff like that, you're still growing. You're still growing, you know? And as I read this manuscript from one of my African avatars, may God have mercy on him, he said that the way that, you know, Satan enters into the heart of humanity is through overeating and the point of satiation. And, you know, by doing that, it just strengthens the corrupt passions, you know. And so this is, you know, I'm sorry to say it, but this is how it works, you know. This is basically, you know, this is just the way it is. I mean, you don't have to believe me or not, but you know, that's just it, you know. Now I want to play a clip, you know. And this is a clip that came from a fellow brethren that, you know, he adheres to the same teachings that I adhere to. And, you know, this is very telling what he says basically. And I'm just going to play this clip. He posted it like a couple of days ago. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. You know, let me post it real quick.
Boom, boom, boom. It's hitting the screen. Boom, boom, boom. I looked at it, seen look at me, the bees is on.
Hold on, let me find it. I'm gonna find it. It was one of the he made a long, like, kind of like a big clip. I'm gonna look at it real quick. Let me see.
Hitting the screen, boom, boom, boom. I looked at it, seen look at
He
me.
may have deleted it. Hold on.
And every year the Night of Power would say,
Let me see.
in one night. Would you do it? Imagine, give it, it was like imagine Rock Hill.
Hold on, let me see.
There's a barrier where the salt water, let's just say there was somebody who made a translation of the Quran that was not.
All right, let me see. All right, here we go. I found the video.
Before the Lord showed the white people how.
All right.
Should be selling this shit on eBay.
All right, so listen to this. Basically, a jinn, there's different types of jinn. There's good jinn and there's bad jinn. So
That's the type of jinn. It's one of the 8,800.
yeah, like there's different types of jinns. So listen up about jinn,
Yeah, that's
and you'll know which one Natureboy is possessed by, basically.
Now, you know what's... One thing I should mention is that a lot of problems in people's families come from a jinn that's attached to that family.
How do you feel the jinn?
You gotta have some power. You gotta have some power.
How do you recognize them?
Abstract behavior is the number one recognizer of a jinn. Most of the time, if somebody got a jinn inside of them, the first thing they'll do is they'll cut back on taking baths and showers. If you got the jinns hate water. The jinn to make the person think, I don't need to take a shower, I don't need to take a bath. No, real rap. If you got any friends and for some reason this motherfucker, he stopped taking showers and baths, it's a telltale sign the jinn is messing with his mind.
And yeah, I just want to leave you guys with that. You know, Natureboy has said that, you know, he does not like showers. He has said that he does not like, that, you know, in quote unquote Babylon, you know, you guys are still taking showers. You guys are still washing your butt, this, that, and the other. So you guys, you know, I mean, I really don't really like to do videos like this, but you know, from time to time, you know, they just have to be said because hopefully some common sense will come to the people who keep on donating to this clown. and they'll realize that, you know, in doing so, that they're a part of they're now gonna partake in the evil in which he does. Like, they're responsible for paying for the evil in which he carries out, you know. And so, you know, with that being said, I just want to leave on that note. I mean, leave your comments and leave your thoughts about this video. And I'm just giving you a reminder too, not just based on him. I'm giving you a reminder too, just based on the fact that, yeah, man, control your appetite. Don't eat too much, man. You don't, to be honest, you do not need that much food. To be honest, the food should touch your stomach. It should not even fill your stomach. It should just basically touch it. And you'll realize that, you know, you'll realize basically that you don't need to stuff yourself silly, man. And if you are going to stuff yourself silly, I got one word of advice. Man, you better be working out. Either you do a hard workout and then eat a lot, or you work out, or you eat a lot and then do a hard workout. Okay? You know, because, for example, I'll just give you one example and then I'll leave after this. If my coach gives me a workout that's like a 600 meter breakdown, 600 meters, 500 meters, 400 meters, 300 meters, 200 meters, 100 meters, after that workout, I'm obviously going to eat some more calories because you're probably going to burn a lot of calories doing a workout like that, right? So obviously your body will need more calories, you know. But if you're doing what Natureboy does, you're just eating and just sitting on your butt, you're asking for trouble, and a lot of trouble. But that's all I got for now, guys. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments, man. Fuller signing out. Enjoy.